Hello everyone and welcome in. I am Logan, here with Mention Zion, and this is our final episode of the Southwestern Sports Show. We have a lot to cover this week, including some interviews with some of our student athletes, so let's jump right in. Who's our last Bulldog of the week this year?
This week's Bulldogs of the Week, we have standout senior Kiani Byrne. She had a strong weekend batting for the Bulldogs as they went up against Hardin in the 3-game series. She had some outrageous numbers, batting at .636 at an average. She also brought in 7 hits and 5 runs with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs all over the weekend. Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
You going crazy.
So, I mean, it was like, even though, the softball has been struggling to find their rhythm, they actually got a couple good standouts on their team this semester. The second Bulldog of the Week, we had women's rodeo standout Sierra Smith, who won the women's all-around for the 2nd straight week. With her performances, it helped place the women's rodeo first in a region, which is good. And that's all for this week's Bulldogs of the Week.
All right, Zion, how did the men's team do this season?
All right, so the men's basketball team, they finished 7-11 this year. They started off the year 4-0 though. That's the crazy thing. Like, they started off running and gunning, and then just out of nowhere, they just kind of started becoming kind of inconsistent. They lost in the opening round of the JAC playoffs to Southeastern 56-82. Pretty much, more of the story of that game was they just went in shots that last game. So they kind of had a little momentum coming into the playoffs, but it's like when it was time to get it done, they just couldn't execute. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to win when you can't make shots and score away the game.
They were hitting their open shots, and they came out shooting that thing, man.
If they had the performance like they did against ECU this season, when they were making everything, it would have been pretty nice. Could have made a little run.
No, for sure. The women, on the other hand, they different, man. They built totally different, man.
Yeah, they are. They had quite the season. They finished 18-4 and ranked 11th and 15th respectively in the polls. And this is the first time that the Lady Bulldogs finished ranked in the top 25 since, they made a run to the national championship game a couple of years ago.
I wonder why. It's probably because how consistent we have been, throughout year in and year out. They always finish with a great record. Like you said, they was 18-4.
18-4.
That's pretty impressive.
It doesn't hurt to have somebody like Makira Tramble on your team. She was named 3rd team All-American along with GAC Player of the Year, and she's only a sophomore. And then you have Carly Gore, who's also a sophomore, and Bethany Franks, who joined Tramble on the all GAC teams.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bethany was the senior, I believe, right?
Yeah, and Bethany's done this year, but
we had 2 sensational sophomores coming back.
So they gonna come back like
7 underclassmen on the team this year.
Oh yeah,
so definitely looking forward to see what they're gonna bring.
Yeah, that's another 2 years of greatness right there.
Yeah. No, we have quite the roster. Another team that represented SWOSU this year was the volleyball team. They made a run in the semifinals before eventually losing, but they finished 7-6 overall, marking the 3rd straight season where they finished with a positive record.
Over 500. That's pretty good.
That's right, 3 in a row as well. So
somebody trying to keep their job.
That's right.
I ain't gonna lie. I think one day, I left my book bag or something in the gym. I'm just going in to grab my book bag. Oh, girls tall, man. They feel like they should be playing basketball. Some of them.
Yeah, I thought I was pretty good at sports until I tried playing volleyball, and I couldn't do it. So, they're good at what they do. Yeah. Especially Alijah, Lacey Mott, and Chesney Nielsen, who all made all GAC squads.
Congratulations.
And, Alijah actually made all GAC first team, which is impressive since we had 2 teams in the GAC this year that were undefeated heading into the tournament. So that's how the volleyball team fared this year.
That was a pretty solid season for them, especially finishing over 500, then having 3 GAC teams, 1 making first team, like you said. Congratulations to them, and good luck next year. We are definitely looking forward to see what you guys want to bring to the table.
Yeah, hopefully it's a 4th straight season of being positive.
I'm pretty sure it will be. So now we have soccer, as they also represent SWOSU. Usually the ladies are still playing, but unfortunately, we're going to be talking about the recap of their season. They had finished with a final record of 4-4-1 and a final record of 3-2-1 in conference. The ladies did make the conference tournament, but eventually they lost in the first round to SNU. That game actually went to overtime. The girls fought hard. That loss actually ended their season. Even though it was a long, tough season, they had a couple cancellations and postponements and games in that nature because of COVID. The girls still stuck it out and finished strong. I just want, before I pass it back to Logan, I want to acknowledge some of the team leaders for the 2021 season. You had Kyla Swain. She had 4 goals. You also had Brianna Bittins. She had 7 assists, 11 points, and 12 shots. And finally, you have Ashley Hughes, who had led the team in saves with 19. That's just a few of the standouts. Of course, each player contributed. And soccer is kind of different type of sports, but that was just some numbers I wanted to, bring to the table and recognize for the ladies.
Yeah.
But good luck next season. Hopefully you guys can go further.
Yeah, that early exit this year's burning them. They're going to come back next year and they're going to scorch the GAC.
I'm so used to I said I've been here for close to 2 years, So last year when I got here, they were great. They were barely losing, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like they're gonna look back on this year and come in, like you say, with a vengeance, man.
It's the COVID season, man. It's the COVID season.
Hopefully they can come back and beat them. SWOSU women's soccer team we know they can beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now on to the women's rodeo. The ladies on the rodeo team, they've been about business all semester. I'm talking about they actually placed first in the last 3 events out of 4, which is pretty impressive.
That's tough.
The ladies, they have a few standouts, including Bulldog of the Week that I mentioned earlier, Sierra Smith. She's she's helping them go a long way this semester. They also had some top finishes this past event that passed by Abby Hepper, who won the short and average round of barrel racing, and also Winter Williams. She placed second in both of her events. And the women's rodeo actually sits at first place after this weekend in a Central Plains region. So they was actually dominant this past weekend. I want to say they almost brought in 700 points. I want to say 670 to be exact. And the next team under them, which is Oklahoma State, didn't even hit 300. They just dominated the event last time. So shout out to the women's rodeo team. Keep doing what your girls are doing. Pretty impressive.
It's crazy. They're doubling the next, and they're doubling a D1 school in OSU as well.
The men's, not so much. They're gonna get there though, man. They placed 7th place in the event last week. As like mentioned, covered the girls. The men, they're still in the season as well. Their next meet is next weekend, so hopefully they can start to bounce back, and hopefully the women can encourage them with something, man, because they need to do something. Their last few meets haven't
They
been.
still got time to bounce back. I got faith. I believe in they'll figure it out. It's kind of tough.
But one thing I can say though, I'm from the Midwest, so rodeos I'm kind of not used to. But I went to one when I first got here, and just the word of advice to whoever watching: do not wear new shoes. Don't wear no clothes you care about. Because I left so just dirty just from watching. I'm just oh yeah, I gotta go home, man. It was cool though. It was a different experience for sure.
It's definitely a unique sport.
No, for sure. I never seen nothing like that before.
I'm still looking to catch my first rodeo. I might just catch one this semester.
Maybe that's what the men's team needs to spark it into action.
You might as well just walk home, man. Enjoy the rodeo. I could see you do a rodeo.
Man.
Now on to the women's cross country team. So their season was kind of weird. Like I said, COVID, the pandemic kind of messed up everything.
As expected.
They only had one event, one meet this year, and they placed 8th. So, I'm not sure how many teams were in the event. I couldn't, do the research. I couldn't find how many teams, but I'm not sure if 8th is good or bad. But what I can say is, let's just hope times are regular next year.
I would say
it could be a regular season. They can have time for room for
eighth is kind of average.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say bad. It's more
middle of
average.
the pack.
But it's I would say like there's some good, there was some good competition that track team and others got the experience with COVID and everything going on, because I'm sure they've been out of they haven't seen a track meet so long, so that's still
Just go back in.
so I'm pretty sure they were just enjoying the moment, even though we would like to place higher, of course, but just shout out to them for even, sticking through everything.
Staying through these hard times.
Everything, and showing up and still doing, what they know to do best.
And they had some individual records broken as well. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
they balled out, even if it's only one event. Now on to the SWOSU golf teams. They're still going to be competing until the end of May. They have the NCAA Super Regional as well as the NCAA Tournament next month. So they still have quite a bit of action. The men's team, in their last event, finished 18 strokes behind Arkansas Tech, coming in 3rd place overall. This finish helped them squeeze into the NCAA Super Regional, ranking 8th out of the 8 teams.
Congratulations to the men's golf.
That's right.
Impressive.
They're still playing, and that's all that matters. Gregor Weck, one of the standouts for the SWOSU golf team, was actually awarded the Elite Scholar Athlete as well as All GAC second team.
That's surprising, because I want to say maybe a show or two ago, he was actually one of the Bulldogs of the week, and he dominated one of the events.
Yeah, he was helped out by Anders Strand, who made another All GAC appearance with an honorable mention. As for the women, they fell 5 strokes short of their 5th top 3 finish of the season, placing 4th at the GAC Championships. This team is led by a lot of freshmen, as Megan Brown was named All GAC first team, marking the 8th straight season that a Lady Bulldog has appeared on the team. She was not the only Lady Bulldog to crack the first team, though, as Rebecca Lau, who we have an interview with, also made the team.
Right. So let me start off with asking, what got you into golf?
My friend actually got me into golf. We were just hitting some chip shots in her backyard, and I bragged to my dad that I can hit a chip shot, and he started bringing me to the driving range, and that's how it started. It never stopped then.
Yeah, and where was your home course? Where did you start to learn to golf at?
Well, it was right next to my house, actually. It's Kinrara Golf Club. It's back in Malaysia. And I used to just go to the driving range and just hit every day for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
With my dad.
So you said Malaysia. Was golfing there? I know sports are pretty universal, but was golfing in Malaysia any different from golfing in the United States?
There's quite a lot of golfers back home too, just like here in the United States. I did not know that there was that many until I actually started playing competitive golf. And right now there's way more golfers than before when I started.
When did you know that you were good enough to play competitive golf?
When my dad actually brought me out for my first 18 holes. On the first day, I got my membership in one of the courses. And I played so well, and I went to my dad and said, I think I'm ready for a tournament. Yeah. And he signed me up for the one that's the following week. So that's how it started again.
All right. What about
Crazy.
Best round of golf you've ever had?
Actually, it was 2 weeks ago on Friday. During qualifying, it was blowing about 30 miles an hour wind in Weatherford. And I played 1 over. So
yeah, I guess that carried over because you're the reigning GAC player of the week. So you must have done something right.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the craziest thing that's happened to you while golfing?
One of our first tournaments, I'm not that sure, for this semester at Kicking Bird, Edmond. It was blowing 40 miles an hour wind. It was crazy. I could not stand still. And I played 3 over on that day, and it was the wildest golf game ever. Everything was working for me. It was just even though I'm hitting into the trees or hitting a bad shot, it was still great. So that was crazy to me, honestly.
Yeah. What brought you to SWOSU?
I always say that the coach kind of likes me. That's why, like as a golfer, but I sent out so many emails to a lot of universities, and this coach, Fleetwood, he replied me pretty fast. He was very interested, and we had a few Skype calls, and the price he gave me for after scholarship and everything looked pretty decent. And my parents just went, yep, that's a pretty good school. And I went, I kind of do like this school too. So that's how I came here.
Yeah. So what degree are you pursuing?
I'm doing marketing right now and just starting my sports management minor next semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually share the sports management minor. That's my minor as well.
Nice.
What do you plan to do afterwards? Do you plan on moving back home? What job do you want?
Honestly, I really like it here, especially if I have to earn the money in dollars back home. It's quite a lot. I would love to stay here if I can find a working visa, but that plan is still floating around. I really don't know what I'm gonna do after yet.
All right. What about best case scenario? Everything goes perfect. Where do you see yourself?
Trying in the small tour first, like the tournaments, the professional ones, but it's gonna be tough. So maybe doing my being a coach. I would love to be a coach for high schools or college.
Are there any professional golfers that stuck out to you that you use as role models?
Honestly, all professional golfers are really good, but I don't really have a favorite. I just look at their swing and I just think, wow, that's a really good swing.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you watch a lot of professional golf? Is that something that interests you, or do you just like playing?
I like playing. I mostly watch the golf on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy watching, but my gameplay is not the best. I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
Yeah. Golf is hard, annoying, but it's the best. It's my favorite sport, honestly.
All right, do you have anything to say to somebody who would want to become a golfer? Maybe a little girl who doesn't think golfing's a possibility, or maybe somebody from Malaysia or outside of the United States that have the dream of coming here to play golf.
Well, I say to never give up, never stop what you like, that you love doing, and you can use your golf to come to the biggest country in the world and study. That's just amazing. Like, that's awesome, basically. So never give up and just keep doing what you love.
All
'Cause
right.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers back home?
I miss home.
Yeah.
I miss the food.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, everybody. This is Rebecca Lau. She is the reigning GAC Player of the Week.
Thank
And yeah, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
It was nice talking to you.
All right. It was nice talking to you.
We're back. Those were some great answers from Rebecca. I can't wait to see how she does next season.
I'm pretty sure Rebecca have some good plans for the off season. She's gonna have a great off season. Get back to it. Pretty sure she's gonna be ready.
She did.
So now on to softball. You know, the ladies they actually hosted Hardin this past weekend in a 3-game series. Unfortunately, the ladies fell short in all 3 games. Falling 4-8 in game 1, 2-9 in game 2, and 11-13 in game 3. For some reason this season, the ladies just seem to find a rhythm. It's like, it's just hard for them to find a rhythm for some reason. I don't know if it's because, the COVID and how things have, a lot of things been alternated for them. So it's just been really tough for them this year. But on the bright side, I got some standouts for all 3 games. You know, for game 1 standout, we had Hannah Franklin and Boy Thug of the Week, Kiana Byrne. They both had a home run each. In game 2 standouts, we had Jordan Collins. She went 2 for 2 at bat. She also brought in 1 run. Then we had also Dusty. She was 2 for 3 at bat. She also brought in 1 run. And for the game 3 standouts, Hannah Franklin and Kiana Byrne also hit a home run again. So that's them both hitting home runs in game 1 and game 3. Hannah actually she's the team leader with 11 home runs. Like that's like one of our best hitters on the team. She's pretty good. And we also had a great game by Mrs. Lee, who was batting sensational for game 3 with 4 hits and 3 RBIs. So you know, even though they struggled finding the rhythm and picking up wins, they do got a certain amount of standouts on the team that can push for a late season run that can actually maybe get them into the GAC tournament. So we're gonna keep our faith with them, and hopefully they figure it out soon before it's too late.
Yeah, they have some players on the team. It's nice to see them swing, and it would have been nice to get a win for senior weekend, but it's nice to see a couple home runs on the board. So
now we're gonna shift to baseball. The men's also had a 3-game series against Harlan this past weekend. Starting the series out with a doubleheader, the men's failed to get the job done in both games. Unfortunately, ending their 5-game win streak that we was all praising about last show. So but on the bright side of things, game 3 of the 3-game series, the men's actually bounced back and won 7-5, improving the team record to 20-12 overall and 16-11 in conference play. So we still got good record. We still pushing, just getting prepared for the JC tournament because they are actually going to get played to the JC tournament with their record. Yeah, so
20-12 is nice.
Yeah, really good. Come on, you guys.
Can't wait to see what they do.
We need that 6th win in a row. You keep getting the 5 on us and cutting it short. Challenge you guys to a 6-game win streak. I think that was the 2nd 5-game win streak this season. That's pretty impressive too, but I know you guys capable of more. So
they just got to get hot again.
Yeah.
Shout out the baseball team, because I feel like they don't get enough love. So if ain't nobody gonna show no love, we gonna show y'all some love.
That's right. That's what we do here.
So football season this year was kind of weird. So I'm gonna just flash back to around this time last year. We was at the crib, like we was just chilling, man. So as a former player who played during this COVID season, it was like I said, it was kind of weird. But we were just happy to be out there. So we played 2 games this year. It was supposed to be 3. Well, we finished off the year 1-1. We lost the first game to Emporia. You know what I'm saying? They had a nice little team. Mind you, both of the teams we played, they're, I guess, in the best D2 conference. So, it was good competition and something to build up off coming into the fall, heading to the real year. But we had 2 games this year. We went 1-1, and I guess we just hoping for no more outbreaks, no more COVID outbreaks. So I guess pretty much everything should be regular going into fall camp. So man, just be on the look for us this year, man. We coming strong, man. Shout out to all the guys, all my boy dogs, man.
Shout out to the men's football team. Just like Zion was saying, y'all had some great competition this past spring. Hopefully you guys can use it as a confidence booster, and take all this momentum into the fall next season. Good luck.
I miss going to the games. I mean, that's what I've done since I've been here is went to the football games. And I mean, last week we watched fireworks that weren't after a football game, that weren't after senior night. So it's crazy. I can't wait for next season.
I just feel like America needs football.
America always needs football.
America needs football. So now that I feel like stuff's about to be regular, it should be fun. Man. That's all I should say. It should be a fun season.
Can't wait.
Shout out to everybody that finished the semester strong.
So,
It was a good and a long win.
shout out all them seniors too. All the seniors who had to fight adversity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own story, but just shout out to all the seniors who made it this far and about to make everybody proud of their family this past weekend. So,
Hey, we have senior right here, senior on the football team, right?
yeah, man, I'm a senior, man. I'm out of here, man, but I'm sure all my young teammates and all my teammates, coaches, they're going to take care of business this year. So I'm sure they're in good hands, man.
Yeah. All right, and we have an interview for football, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Welcome to the Sports Show. Today, I have special guest Alijah, SWOSU football player, linebacker. And today, we are going to catch up on the semester that just passed and also get a few insights for the semester coming up. So first, I want to ask you a question about the past semester and how things went, far as the 2 spring games you guys played and things in that nature. Because I know things was kind of alternated due to COVID. It wasn't a normal spring semester. You guys played against other teams versus practicing and building a bond together. You guys actually traveled like it was fall season. So I just want to get your take on things and how things went for you this past semester.
As far as me personally, I feel like I experienced a lot of growth on the team. Came in, worked hard, went as hard as I could, moved up on the depth chart. As far as the team go, coming throughout the spring, yes, it was a spring that was kind of different, starting practice in January and practicing all the way to April. Kind of took a toll on our bodies, but I think it did good for us mentally, coming together as a team after not playing for almost 2 years. It's getting us ready to go in the fall. First scrimmage was just kind of like the first time everybody's getting used to competition again. So we didn't expect a whole, a big boss performance. But when we came out the second time, I feel like we really gelled and we did our thing. So I think going into the fall, that's something that we can rely on and have something to look back on and have some positivity to look forward to in the future.
Great. Yeah, I've heard you say that the first game was kind of y'all wasn't really as bonding as much as the second game. Tell me a little more about that. The first game, how did things go compared to the second game?
I think the first game, we were coming out kind of hesitant. We weren't just going for it. We didn't throw the ball as much as we should have. Defense, we were missing tackles. But the second game, we came out and we found our stride, in between those practices, between those scrimmages. And we knew we just need, whatever we need to do, we need to go full head of steam and bomb them in the pass game, be aggressive on defense with more blitzes and things like that, and focus on our tackling. So I think that was the biggest difference between the first scrimmage and the second one.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that win in the second one. I heard it was a big win. I just want to congratulate you and the team. To finish things up, I just want to get your take, and I just want to know what you think about the team and going into next semester and next fall season with it actually being the actual season. Do you guys think you guys are ready and prepared and up for the challenge by being out of season for almost 2 years?
With the amount of talent we have on this roster, I have no doubt that we at the least will be at the top of this conference, but we should take this conference by storm pretty easily. And that's if the only people that can beat us in this conference is us. We have more talent, more athleticism. Hopefully, we're lucky enough to not have a lot of injuries that plagued us like the year before. But besides that, I really don't have too much worries about going into this next season.
Got you. That sounds great. I love the confidence. Coming from Alijah, you heard it first here at the SWOSU Sports Show. Once again, I want to say good luck and thank you for joining. Have a good day.
All right, there's another great interview, but I think that's it for us this week. We covered 12 sports and had 3 interviews, and I can't think of a better way for us to end the semester than this episode.
Yes, sir.
It's been nice.
We call this the sports show senior graduation end of the year edition.
That's right. All right, for the last time, I'm Logan, here with Mention Zion. Thank you for watching the Southwestern Sports Show for the final time.
We appreciate everybody. We appreciate y'all for kicking it with us every week. So shout out to y'all for just, sticking with us and watching us grow up on the show.
That's right. Major improvements from the first episode to now. All right. Thank you for watching.